Good evening and welcome to the path leading up to Headon Warren, where I've come for the sunset this evening. Right. So as I've gained a bit of height, looking down into Colwell Bay, see the glint of sun off the Whiteling ferry just leaving Yarmouth there, bound for Lymington. Hurst Point and the lighthouse there looking really nice. Over this way, so you can see through a gap of there's vegetation, and just see a bit of woodland and some of the woodlands leading off to the east there. What a beautiful scene. Stunning. Maybe I better get the camera out of the bag now, grab one or two shots looking this way before moving on. So these beautiful pink flowers, I've just been trying to take one or two shots of them with the kind of background. I've tried a bit of a blurry background and also one that I tried to get in focus. So whether they've come out all right, I don't know, we'll see. It's the colour purple up here. Look at that, beautiful. Absolutely vivid, particularly with the sunlight on it. Some cows munch away on this beautiful summer's evening. Bit of mist in the distance there on the Dorset coast, Swanage and going around there, and of course the Needles there. Beautifully lit up at the moment, so I'll take a shot or two of that. Oh, gorgeous evening. A bit of a breeze blowing now at the top here of Headon Warren. It's quite still on the way up, but now I've reached the top, feel the wind on my back. And I do like a good information board, as you might know from some of my other videos. So I'll spin you around. Okay, so here we have it. So what does it say? It says, welcome to Headon Warren. In front of you is a Bronze Age barrow dating back 3,500 years. So I'll just raise you up, look, there it is, the Bronze Age barrow dating back 3,500 years. It is thought to be the burial place of a local chieftain. This earthwork is a scheduled monument and is of national importance. And I guess that's why you used to be able to just walk up there, but it's kind of fenced off. Not particularly formidable fence, must be said, but nevertheless the message is clear. Do not sort of stroll around this monument of national importance. Important people were buried in burrows, together with their special possessions such as jewellery, ornaments and weapons. The graves were dug into the ground and then the mound was piled on top. In the early Bronze Age, the dead were buried in a crouched position. Later, cremations became universal, the ashes being contained in pottery urns. The barrows were often grouped together into cemeteries, usually in highly visible places. From here, you can see several other burial mounds. There are two further down the slope to your right, and a series along the ridge of Afton Down. Over the centuries, the once rounded profile of the mound has been altered by erosion and treasure hunters. The mound is likely to have been one of those excavated after Henry VIII's Charter of 1237. Henry III's Charter of 1237, which required barrows to be dug in search of treasure for royal coffers. During the 18th and 19th centuries, many barrows were excavated by amateur historians. So there you go. Now, this, I believe, or at least this area here, maybe a bit more over there, is the site of one of the famous Isle of Wight pop festivals. I think it was the one where they think about 500,000 people came. A huge event. So happy days. Right, so I'm going to kind of just move a little bit over here towards the west, kind of look around really for any points of interest to capture. Obviously the purple heather is looking, well, the flower of the heather anyway is looking very pretty. You can see the warreny nature of the landscape. I'll take a few more of the needles and then wait for the sun to get a bit lower. Well, it is really, really beautiful, but I think I made a decision. I think this is not the prime time to photograph the sunset from here. It's a very good time, and undoubtedly the rocks and things and the needles will light up very warmly, but I think I am going to scoot round to Fort Victoria, and I think that will give me a chance of getting a few more sort of interesting shots as the actual sun sets. So I've made it round to Fort Victoria. The sun is not behind the lighthouse as I hoped, so I'll have to come back some other time, maybe somewhere between here and where I've just been. That is the sweet spot, or would have been for tonight. It's a beautiful evening. I've just been trying a few novelty shots really with some of the wooden, or two of the wooden sculptures that are here, and with the cannon. Right, so I think now I'm going to set up a time lapse and take a few more pictures.
Standing on the meridian line, 0 latitude at the center of time. But even here the seconds tick away, and day becomes night and night becomes day. So much out there to do and explore. I've seen some sights and I long to see more, to help me view this world as a whole, on this my journey towards the Sea of Souls. I look to the east, I look to the west, towards the sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now I'm at midday, the river flows seawards and I'm heading that way. Gotta put my clock forward and enjoy summertime. Winter will come, but just now I'm fine. I know 12 o'clock I can navigate away. I know my location, make the most of every day. I look to the east, I look to the west, towards the sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now I'm at midday, river flows seawards and I'm heading that way. We live in this place of We live at this moment, find which way to face, learn what to shoulder, set our time at Greenwich, head for distant shores, find the sun as the years go by, be lost at sea no more. I look to the east, I look to the west, towards the sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now I'm at midday, the river flows seawards and I'm heading that way. Standing on the meridian line, 0 longitude at the center of time.
So the last tiny bit of sun disappears behind the land and no doubt sinks beneath the horizon. So a lone yacht makes its way down the western end of the Solent. Another lovely evening to come out and do a bit of photography. So I'd like to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.